Welcome back, everybody. I found myself down here in beautiful, sunny Florida, and I found a special guest today, the one and only Jeremy from the RV Atlas and Camp Griddlemore. He's here to cook with me, and we're gonna make a new recipe today. I call these Big Mac Hotdogs with Better Buns.
I get to cook with the Todd father, one of my griddle heroes today. An awesome honor.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled. Let's cook.
Let's do it.
We're rolling. You like Big Macs? Have you ever had a Big Mac?
I do actually like Big Macs a little bit. Don't have them too often.
No, me either. My thinking is we're going to turn this into a hot dog today. A lot of times Thousand Island dressing works out fine, but we're going to use some ketchup. So how about a little ketchup in there? A little bit of mayo, and we can always add a little more. When we're done, we'll look at the color, and if we need more ketchup, we can do that. Let's go with a little bit of relish. A little pickle relish. I like to go with dill relish, but you could use sweet relish if you want to. I'll start mixing, and then you can yellow it up a little bit, and we'll see what we have. And then
that's the color I would go for.
You think that's decent?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. A little bit of vinegar.
We don't want to forget the onions too.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of times I'm known to put too much vinegar in, so I'm going to try to be careful. Just a teeny bit of vinegar. And yes, a little bit of minced onion if you can. How does it feel to be cooking on a set? Because you and I were always cooking in the woods, by a river, by a lake.
This is very different to be here on a set like this, absolutely. We are used to cooking at the campground. We are used to cooking out in the woods and the pinelands. This feels kind of fancy.
What do you want to do? 3 of them?
Let's do 3 of them.
Let's do 3.
Now you're on, what kind of heat do we have?
I'm doing low, so I'm the master of high heat, right? Everyone always accuses me of cooking on high heat all the time.
Because you're a stir fry guy.
But yeah, I'm a stir fry guy. But I like to go very low and slow, if you will.
So we're going low here, and what do we got here?
We're low all the way across right now. I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil on there, just because I like to season these up. I'll get some salt and pepper. Here, if you wanna grab the salt. And years ago, I started seasoning my dogs. And I get comments occasionally from people that say, hey, fool, don't you know those have seasonings in there? I know, but this takes them to the next level. And I always get comments from people that tell me, thanks, Todd, I've been seasoning my dogs ever since you told me to.
So we're going Better Buns and Better Dogs.
Better Buns, Better Dogs.
These buns are killer, by the way.
To take a page from Nate, our co-worker and our trusted leader, we're going to elevate these dogs today.
Elevate.
What I like about cooking slow is you can basically roll these. You know, every minute or so, turn them. We're going to look to see if they're getting dark on one side, and we'll sit there and gently roll the dog. So we're going to let those sit there. Come over here, and we've talked about the...
I want to see the magic with the
Better Buns. We can get hot dog rolls at the store, right? The enriched hot dog rolls. But they're... Boy, who knows what they're enriched with. We eat them, we love them. But, you know, you set them on your shelf, 3 months later, they look the same. So a couple years ago, I started grabbing loaves of Italian or French bread. And I basically take the hot dog right there, the Frank, and I measure it out, if you will, and we slice down like this.
And that was $1 for that loaf.
Yeah, $1 at Walmart. So you can probably easily do, you know, 4 or 5 out of there. And I like to make this extra wide. You know, there's not a lot of science involved here. And what gave me the idea originally is I saw these videos on Instagram of people with these insane looking hot dogs from food trucks. There we go. I think it's probably more the size I'm looking for. And I was thinking, how on earth did they get a custom roll like that? One day I had this idea to pick up a loaf like this at Walmart and see, this is what I was thinking. Look at that.
It works.
It's beautiful.
Sun's out. Buns out.
Sun's out, buns out.
Okay,
right.
grab the butter.
Show me the magic.
Grab the butter. I'm gonna come over here. We're on low right now. I'm probably just gonna turn these off. I want to go ahead and put a little bit of butter out there on the griddle top. These look okay as is, but I find that if you put them down there in the butter, just a few seconds on each side, flip them around, just gonna get gorgeous color on these. I use Betty's trick of mayo a lot for this as well. Mayo is probably even a better option. Just gonna get a little bit of color on the buns. Meanwhile, I'm gonna come over here. I know at McDonald's they have slices of pickles that are smooth. They don't have ridges, but at the store, all the pickles had ridges on them, and we didn't want that, so we're just gonna slice up some kosher Dill pickles into thin...
I've got my eye on the buns too, so don't
thank
worry
you.
about it.
Yeah, I'm nervous right now. We're gonna slice these up into super thin slices. These are perfect. They're in a holding pattern. They're not burning. As you can see, really nice color because we're low, and we're off. Cool thing about a 36-inch griddle is you could have just 1 or 2 burners on, And if you're new to cooking, if you're new to Griddle Nation, you're still cooking. It's still a big plate of steel. So with one burner on, you still have a lot of heat. You're just not having direct heat, so we're not blazing, and of course the bread's not burning.
We're toasting like all sides, is that?
Yeah, we're toasting all inclusive.
So Todd, this would translate super well as a camping meal, obviously, because you don't have too many ingredients. There are some of the Blackstone Griddle pros, I watch their shows, and when they hit 20 ingredients, you know, I keep watching, but I know I'm not going to make that at the campground. This is simple enough to make on a camping trip with a 17-inch griddle, something like that.
Let's just try this. Let's just put our butter, let's put down the sesame seeds, and then we'll just try to see if the butter can help them stick. This may or may not work. Let's give it a try, let's see. Oh, perfect. I think we could sprinkle a few more on there just to make it look extra pretty. Let's grab the cheese. I'm thinking we're gonna lay it down, you know, and put the hot dog on top of it.
To get a little melt action.
Yeah, we chose American cheese, so just like you would with a smash burger or any kind of diner type of food. Yeah, let's do 2 pieces like that, like diamond shaped. Come over here and grab these.
Get a little melt action?
Yeah, I think we might be able to get a little melt action. Water down here and a basin cover. We're gonna melt this American cheese. Should melt up in 60 seconds or less. Been about a minute and bingo.
Ooh, very nice melt.
Oh, look at that. Lettuce. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I just didn't want to get my lettuce extra warm, so we're gonna go ahead and lift the hot dog, put the lettuce underneath. And if I've learned anything over the years is sometimes you can put too many toppings on there and then you don't see what you're actually making. So a little bit of lettuce underneath the hot dog there.
And a great camping move with the pre-shredded lettuce.
Then I think let's go with pickles. Let's just kind of wedge a few in here on the edge like that. Maybe 3 on each side.
If we were camping and I busted these out instead of just a hot dog with ketchup, I'm the hero at the campground. I'm the hero.
You're always the hero.
I'm not always the hero at the campground.
I think I'm gonna put a little extra sesame seeds. Yeah,
don't forget
I keep dropping a few, so I want to, you know, I'm advertising a Big Mac. I'm gonna make sure I have plenty of sesame seeds, and then yeah, maybe a fine drizzle on the hot dog there. Just nub. Yes, perfect. I don't even need to give you instructions. You know the drill. And that's all there is to it. Take a look at that. We're almost ready to dive in, and I will notice, I'm in Florida, everything here is perfect palm trees, but the one thing they have is lawnmowers. Always somebody doing landscaping next door.
I think he wants a hot dog.
Yeah. Should we toast them? We're toasting them?
Absolutely.
All right, let's
give it a try.
I was originally from Pennsylvania. You're a New Jersey kind of guy. We're East Coast guys. We can do it.
We can do it. I'm a little nervous.
Ready?
Though.
Here we go.
Here we go. You nailed the sauce, man.
So messy.
It's a messy dog, so you do like you bend over and eat. That's what we do in New Jersey.
I think you're right. It's that sauce that did it for me. Like, in my mind's eye, when I bit this, it was a Big Mac.
Todd, it was an honor cooking with you, man.
Thank you.
Watching your videos for years and years. It was really an honor to cook.
Likewise, I don't have an RV, but if I did, this would be the guy that I'd follow. He always makes me covet RV life. You like that trick, putting the seasoning on the hot dog and making a homemade bun?
I think you're going extra on everything here.
Yeah.
You're jacking everything up with this hot dog.
Well, hey, better seasonings, better dogs.
And let's make this at the campground together someday.
Oh. Better seasonings, better dogs.
Papa Todd.
No, hold on. There we go. We rehearsed it so many times. So thanks for watching, everybody. We sure do appreciate it. Until next time, Todd and Jeremy, praise the Lord and pass
the Big Mac Hotdogs
with Better Buns.